Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Paula Van Gilder with Talk with Paula, and Happy New Year and almost spring. It's been a few months since I've done a video. I don't believe I've done one since the holidays. I had the flu that I could not shake, and actually I've been really busy, but I have a lot of good news. We being I was notified by Shaw's for a program that they wanted to do, and it's called Nourishing Neighbors. And with Nourishing Neighbors, they gave a $5,000 donation, which will go to the community center. And from that, we are going to build off that and create amazing programs for families, for children, for seniors. The first one we're starting at is we're going to be doing pancake breakfast. We're going to try to do that, if not bi-monthly, monthly. We're figuring out how we're going to do that. We're going to do Friday night, family night. We are going to be purchasing a movie screen. We will be showing movies. And a cool thing, which I really like, because I had a chance to meet with a couple chefs this week, we have some local restaurants. I can give you a couple examples. Calcutta's, Off the Rails, the eatery I actually chatted with. We're going to have chefs come in. A group of people can sign up. I think we're going to limit it to like 8 participants. They'll come in to the community center. A chef will be there. We will get instruction for a meal, or a dish, what have you. We haven't decided exactly how we're going to do that. Instruction, prepare the meal. We'll do all the dinner, we'll put together a meal that night. And what's going to happen is when the participants leave, they'll leave with a bag of groceries and the recipes so they can create the same thing at home. The whole idea of this program is something that I've been wanting to do. And I know you've heard me talk about this before with like the soup kitchens and stuff. We figured this was an awesome way to get the community involved. And when I was approached by Shaw's, I said, absolutely, let's make it happen. So I'm really excited about that. There's a few other things. Like I said, this channel, me being on here, has been such a positive thing, because even though I don't do do something every month, which I was doing, I have had so many connections because people see it. They follow it and they're like, oh my God, you're her. I guess I'm you're her now. But it's been positive because not only have I had one young woman, which I'm so excited about, and she does want to come on and interview. She wrote something absolutely beautiful, which is actually right around my birthday, thanking me because she found out who I was through this, sought me out during the flood, and she explained how she woke up one day with paddles beside her. People know what I'm talking about. She basically died because she overdosed. And I, as you can tell from this, I'm sure you have realized, I don't sugarcoat anything. I will tell you straight up anything how I feel, and I don't say, oh, no, I get it. It's like you gotta not blame this person or that. You got to reach to the core. And because I'm so proactive with mental health and addiction and see the break in the system, I'm like, you got to be your own advocate and you got to fight hard, really friggin' hard. And through that as well, I've connected with a couple, I've had some people that are attorneys that have reached out, saw what I was doing, want to get involved. And it's just, so I'm excited. And I know I have thanked Okemo Valley TV numerous times, but I really mean this because it's huge. Because if this wasn't my stepping stone when I first, and I know you guys remember when I said this, I said, if I can reach just one person and to see what it's done, it's like, wow. It's closed windows, it's open windows. I talk about a topic that's not comfortable for people, but it's needed because we are in a very, very effed up time and it's only getting worse. So something that I want to share, because I did ask my friend Miss Morgan to come. Mm-hmm. Everybody loved, I got a lot of really awesome feedback when Morgan and Angie came on and did their interview with me. Angie's been sober now. It's going to be a year. Don't even tell me, because Angie's actually in the studio right now, but she's not here right with me. But she's been sober, if I'm correct, May will be a year. I nailed it. Good. Because I remember when Angie and I chatted and she said to me, I need to stop. And why she stopped drinking and getting her life focused, and I call that the power of love. She did it for this girl right here, which is her daughter. And I have learned a lot with Morgan. I'm going to say some things, and I don't really give a rat's ass who's out there and doesn't like what I say. I've seen very judgmental people. I've seen a broken system. I've seen stuff that goes on that's not necessary. And this is exactly why people in addiction, people with mental health, stay hidden, stay in the back, because they're labeled. They're not even able to get out there and show how much they've changed, because people have the stigma. That's got to stop. I've watched how much this girl has done in a short time that I've known her, and I'm like, kudos to you, girlfriend. And if anything, she's getting like the shit end of the deal, because she deals with DCF. She's dealing with the court system. She's in a horrible situation with family members. I'm saying it, not Morgan. I am. This is me saying what I'm saying. And I know you probably don't even want me to say anything, but I am. Because it's like I'm watching her go through this struggle by herself. And I see why so many things happen, why people reverse, why people, go through what they go through, like, with the addiction and mental health, because we don't have enough people being a voice for you. And that's where I am going to be that voice, and I will. And to the person that took upon my, what's the word I want to say, knows how proactive I was about Morgan, and I vented to this person thinking it would be the best bet, and saw how twisted things can get. A big F you, because that's not okay. You're exactly the type of person that I stress to avoid, to stay clear, because nobody has beautiful things behind their four walls. And I would, if we want to get really nitty gritty, we could all sit back and really be like, well, yeah, your family has this and this and this. Why? It's not worth it. We're all here for the same reasons, to fight, to fight for each other. So anyways, Morgan doesn't have a lot of time, but I definitely want to tell, her to share with you. She's been really working hard in a very stressful situation since, I met you in July. And let it rip. I mean, you can share whatever you want, but you've done like amazing. You've done, I know you're involved in more groups.
Yeah.
You do classes. I know you see how broken and messed up the system is.
That's what my friend said, is the system should be there to help you, because that's what they're meant to do. But instead, the system is there to break you. Yeah. They want to see you fail. And as sad as that is, it's true. Yeah. So they'll do whatever they can to try to break you and see you fail. And, it's hard.
But she's not going to, because she's got powerhouse people beside her.
Right.
So.
Right. And, yeah, I've been sober for almost 2 years now. 2 years in June, so. Or no, 2 years in August, I think. Yeah, August.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Because when I watch people going through getting sober,
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of beautiful. And correct me if I'm wrong. This is one thing that I've seen, because I talked to a couple family members that are sober. Actually, one of my husband's niece is going to come on too, because I'm so proud of her. But it's a whole different world, because stuff that you were using for so long to numb yourself, you're not anymore. So you got a whole different outlook on life.
Yep.
And that's kind of cool.
Yep.
You know, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I am
Thank you.
very proud of you.
And that's the thing too, is like, we actually talked about it in my group today. You know, like when something happens, like your first thought, even now, I've almost been sober for 2 years, but still my first thought is to, oh man, like I could just go here and I could just go get high and like just feel better, you know? And that's always like your first thought, is you go to the thing that like you know is going to make you feel better.
The quick fix.
Right. Yeah. And you're used to. But like I've found other ways, you know, and that's like, it still is there. The thought is still there, but it's like, that's always the first thought. And then you're like, oh no, I'm not going to do that, because being sober is better than not being sober. And I want to be sober because I feel better. And, you know, like I'm starting to find myself again.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, during what I'm going to have them do too is my friend that came on, I think in November, Tessa from Turning Point, said the same exact thing you did. So don't think it's just Morgan or whatever. This is a normal thought process of anybody that's in addiction. The first thought, well, shit, I do it. And when I get stressed, what's the first thing I go for? I want food. I want cake. I want a cookie. I want that comfort food. That's why I'm so thin, petite. But my friend Tessa nailed it. She said, if you guys, I'll have them play a clip. Maybe they can put this in here, whatever. But she said something. She was sitting outside and how quick it would be to revert, because it is. It's comfort. You know, when you're going through a shit time, of course it's easier to, you know, throw back a beer, throw back this, you know, do whatever gave you comfort before. That's when you got to be stronger than that urge and say no.
And even my husband will say, you know, we'll be sitting out in the hot tub, right? And he's like, wouldn't it be awesome if we could sit back and have a drink? Would it be? I don't know. I don't have the use for it or the need for it anymore. And I can promise you that if we did that, next month we would start to lose things. Next year we would be homeless, right? Like that's how this works.
Yeah.
And I'm no longer willing to give away everything I've worked hard for.
I'm so proud of you.
So yeah, there's that urgency, and I'm proud of you that you recognize that. And as a mom, trust me, you know, I watch, I've watched, you know, and I commend my son like you have no idea. He's not even the same person anymore. I look at the person he was 2 years ago, not even close to that. But when I look at him now, even where he was at back in July to where he is now, it's like, wow. You know, my beautiful, handsome, good-looking guy has really fought through some major demons, and it sucks. And now he's just going to keep growing. And as a mom, you're like, yes. So again, I say this all the time. Kudos if you've been sober for 1 hour, 1 week, you know, 1 month, 1 year. I'm proud of you because I'm surrounded by a lot and see the power. So before you judge anybody, sorry, I don't mean to sound snotty and rude, but until you go through it, 1, don't judge. But 2, I don't mean to sound rude, but most people couldn't even freaking handle it. So just saying, and I put that in a lot of people's face because I'm like, you can't get your ass off the couch, let alone try to deal with this stuff. So it's like the problem is what I see is so many people in society are so quick to judge, so quick to label. And it's like, Get off it. So anyways, okay, I'm done flapping.
It is a lot to deal with. But when I first got sober, I was in jail and we had this NA meeting, and I went to this woman that was doing the meeting and I said, will I ever be able to like be happy again, or like smile, or just laugh again, because like I lost
All that. Yeah.
I lost it. Like I thought, being high, I was happy. Like I felt like that was my happiness.
Yeah.
So, but now, it took some time, but once I started actually like talking to people and I started making more, friends and like new friends, and getting out and doing stuff, like again, it started to come back.
But isn't that a good feeling?
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you,
yeah.
because it's so cool to see that person that you forgot back again. And I am so beyond words proud of Morgan. I'm not going to talk long today. Morgan and I both have stuff we need to get done after this, but I do want to close with, unless you want to add something, sister.
It feels like you won't get it back, and it's really hard, but if you just stick with it, you will.
You'll find yourself.
Yeah, you'll find yourself again. Yeah. And it gets easier. It's still hard, but it does get easier, and as time goes on, you find more good friends, and
true friends.
Right, true
Big
friends.
difference between friends that you had, which were
right.
I refer to those as those friends.
Yep.
And then you got true friends now. So there's a big difference, huge difference.
And you get, exactly. You get out more. You start to learn how to be happy on your own and not have to use drugs or drink to feel comfortable and happy.
Yeah.
And I'm fighting for my daughter right now, and that's really hard. So if I haven't given up yet,
and you're not going
to.
I'm
not going to, exactly.
And regardless of the outcome, and I'm going to say this now so you can hear me say this, regardless of the outcome, good or bad, you're not going to either. I won't let it happen, period. I will be with you, through the whole process, and, we'll keep fighting. And, to be honest with you, it's a very messy situation. Sad, very sad. But I promised Morgan we wouldn't, get into that today, because it's too close to the end is a good way to put that. And there's just too many hands. Claws is a better way to put it, not hands, because hands are too nice. Claws is a better way. Vicious, mean people. And I have seen how the system works, how DCF works, how twisted it is. Found out so many things that I never knew about foster parenting and foster care to begin with in this state. I never even realized Vermont pays $900 a week when you foster a child. And it's sad because, and I'm not saying Morgan's case, I have a friend of mine who has been clean now for 4 years. She had her girls taken away from her. And now that her girls are 18, the money stops. Mm-hmm. These people adopted her daughters, but now that the money stopped, they don't want anything to do with them. And I'm like, y'all may want to pay attention to that. So as I close this, I want to thank Morgan and let you know how very proud I am of you. I want to thank Shaw's for the wonderful donation that they gave to the community center. And Nick and Bridget actually are going to be on one of the interviews discussing more what we're going to be doing. I do have some amazing people coming up that are going to be interviewing. And these are people that are in recovery, and you're going to get like the raw thing, especially the one that wrote the letter when she woke up with paddles beside her. That's very raw. But I look forward to seeing you again. I won't be 3 months this time. Like I said, it's just been crazy busy. But I thank you. Have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Thanks. Thank you, honey.
Thank you.
Bye.